Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, robots and aliens? It is I, RC. We back for another video. So look, Teagan Mallegni. We here to talk about Hawkeyes player Teagan Mallegni. So what must I say? Look, she's going into year number 2, sophomore season, and she has things she's got to work on. She's moving, she's active in practice, and we just need to see it. She's got to work on rebounding, shooting. Look, first off. Teagan, she has a great shot for him. She's got the frame, the size to play the game, to play 2 through 4, and in some pinches, she can even play the 5. But what I need to see from Teagan is aggressiveness. I need to see, that focus. I need to see her make the most of her prime opportunity if it's presented. Look, if you're gonna break through, bust through, it needs to be right now, because even though you got 2 more seasons under your belt, you need to get out there and show that you're ready to rise the ranks. And I thought last season there was times where she played, then there were times where she didn't get any play, and I think that she does possess a versatile skill set. Like I said, she's a good rebounder. She can block shots. She's a good passer, adequate passer, and she can shoot. Now, if she could get on a roll, or even if she could knock in some threes, it'd be great for confidence, especially when we're talking about the Hawkeye season. But she's been very active in practice, and I think also she's working with Iowa assistant coach. Here's a name that you all should know, Sydney Folter. So that's good. That's really good, because the tenacity, the focus, these are things you need to win minutes. Even though we're not even talking about winning starting positions or cracking rotations big time, but to win minutes, the focus, the tenacity, the drive on both ends. Like to see her ball handling get a little bit better as well. It's just a lot for her to work on. And I think the best thing is there's other players on the team, and they're all working, one, obviously towards the common goal, which is succeeding and winning as a team. But individually, there's tons of players looking to express themselves, make names for themselves, see if they can meet, match, or exceed expectations. Sometimes you just got to slow down and talk. So look at it. Emily Rodriguez. She is someone who is coming over from UCF, and her opportunity is probably realistically gonna be available for her to make noise. Coming over from the transfer portal, being 6'1", similar to Teagan Mallegni, who's 6'1", and these two, they might either be fighting for minutes, but the weirdest thing is I think they both can play multiple positions. Of course they can. So you might see them out there at the same time. And if Teagan is knocking down shots, it's an absolute plus. Again, like the shot form. I'm not saying sharp. Like her shot form. And I do believe that there's great potential in Mallegni. And I want to see her, cash in on that potential. And of course, it obviously involves hard work. And if you want to play, you're going to have to put the work in as much as possible for Coach Jan Jensen. She's not just going to throw you out there because you was a top ranked recruit or whatever the case may be. So, I think we do want to see, at least I'm talking to Hawkeyes fans, if you're a Hawkeyes fan watching this, of course we want to see Teagan succeed. The competition is heated, and I just think that if she could take that next step being shooting, aggressiveness, attention to detail, tenacity on defense and offense, she'll be in good hands and in great spirits and in a great place. And I think she'll get there because Sydney and Folter, if she can, impart her wisdom and drive upon Teagan Mallegni, is going to be awesome. So again, there's incredible things to like about Mallegni in terms of promise, potential, her ability to, knock down corner threes, straight on threes. She can stretch the floor even more than that. She can knock them down from way out there. And she can get in and mix it up, grab rebounds, block shots. She's a jack of all trades. But, to up those stats, she's going to have to be more consistent on offense. She's very capable of being a great defender. So if nothing else, she can defend. When I think Mallegni, I think McKenna Warnock, And we'll see if we can get some Sydney and folks to be, come up out of her. Like Sydney, it took her, really a year or two to really get established. So, hey, ton of competition. But let us Hawkeyes fans like RC and you guys that are watching that are Hawkeyes fans, let us, not lettuce, like tacos, lettuce, but let us keep our eyes on Teagan Mallegni this season. And with that, the RC is going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. We over 1K. And we're just going to keep rocking away. So I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.